published 11:58 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 13th of May 2018, updated 19:29 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 13th of May 2018, and that's the end of that. A club that swaggered cool and a bit different into this party 7 years ago departs in disheveled chaos, clattering the doorframe on the way out. What a sad end for Swansea City. Goodbye, see you later. Who knows if they'll ever get back in the Premier League house again, and who knows where Carlos Carvalho will be next season. Maintains there is a chance he could be at the Liberty Stadium. The view of prominent figures in and around this troubled club is that it simply will not happen. As Sportsmail revealed last week, Peter Crouch heads in from a free kick just before halftime to give Stoke a 2-1 lead and claim the 199th goal of his career. Crouch held off his mark it ahead home and leave Łukasz Fabianski with no chance as Swansea's relegation was confirmed. Crouch is congratulated by his teammates after scoring the goal that means the disappointed season ended with a rare win. Badou Ndiaye had earlier brought Stoke level with a dink over the goalkeeper after Xherdan Shaqiri's brilliant through ball. Andy King put Swansea 1-0 up when Andre Ayew flicked the ball over Ian Shawcross and put the midfielder through on goal. It all ended in tears for Swansea, who dropped down to the Championship while fierce rivals Cardiff City moved the other way. What a mess, and yet how fitting for Swansea's woefully miserable season, which culminated on Sunday without even an attempt to pull off what Carvalho had termed the miracle. By his estimation, the chance of landing the 10-goal swing needed to stay up was 0.01%, but his actions made it less than that. He could have gone for it, hell for leather, down in a blaze of pointless glory. They were obviously never going to pull it off, but fearlessness, mad ambition, never saying no, they are what this club's bonkers rise was built on. That, though, is the past, just like the Premier League status. It is not Swansea's way now, and it is not the way Carvalho went here. He gave Angel Rangel his first start since December, a sentimental farewell to a club stalwart, and likewise let Leon Britton have half an hour for his goodbye as well. Shaqiri unleashes a shot with his thunderous left foot as Stoke piled on the pressure during Sunday's Premier League clash. The Stoke match winner Crouch is put under pressure in what could prove to be the final Premier League game of his career, and Ndiaye lifted the ball over the goalkeeper after he was left in acres of space and one-on-one with Fabianski on Sunday. Stoke celebrate getting back into the game as they look to set the tone for next season and help Paul Lambert's position. The visitors were awarded a penalty in the second half after Martin Olsson was deemed to have handled the ball. There were also starts for Nathan Dyer and Wayne Routledge, so this really was nothing like his strongest team and nothing like the actions of a man who wanted to stick a finger up at certain relegation. Nope, it was none of that. They led through Andy King, but then Badou Ndiaye equalised before Peter Crouch headed the winner. It might have been worse, but Xherdan Shaqiri had a second-half penalty saved by Łukasz Fabianski before a flurry of Swansea chances all stayed out, sealing a fifth straight defeat. Carvalho made his excuses about it all and read from a sheet of statistics to argue his case, namely that they won more points in his 18 league games than 6 other clubs. True, but equally they capitulated terribly in the final 9 of those, none of which was won, and he couldn't get a point from a run in the red Bournemouth, Southampton, Stoke. He said, the few points the team managed in the first part of the season under Paul Clement made things very difficult. I believe most of my colleagues in my position, maybe one or another, can do better, but in my conscience it will be hard for other managers. Fabianski complains to referee Anthony Taylor about the penalty before going on to make a save to keep Swansea in the game. It was Shaqiri who stepped up to take the penalty, but he was unable to extend Stoke's lead after Fabianski went the right way. Swansea manager Carlos Carvalho shows his frustration at the Liberty Stadium as his sides awful run continued with defeat. Celebrations from Stoke were muted after they took the lead, with the relegation to the Championship already sealed and his future. He said it will be wrapped up in the coming 3 days, but irrespective of that saga, this is an unhappy club with deeper issues. The fans hate Chairman Hugh Jenkins for his part in selling the club to an American consortium in 2016, and there were protests for his exit before and during the match, which he swerved by staying away. That situation, as much as anything with the dire recruitment structure, needs to be resolved. For Stoke, they finish a bad season on a minuscule high, and Paul Lambert's future is by no means certain after the relegation following 10 years in the top flight. He has had his problems, describing disciplinary issues with the likes of Saido Berahino, among others, as massively unacceptable. But he wants to stay. "I love the club," he said. "But what happens next week, I don't know, for Swansea and Stoke, at least, and probably Carvalhal, too. The writing is already on the wall." Club captain Angel Rangel came out with his family to say goodbye to the fans before the match after 11 years with the Swans. Carvalhal, left, and Lambert, right, look on during the end of season encounter at the Liberty Stadium on Sunday. Leon Britton also waved goodbye to the fans before kick-off on what was the end of an era for Swansea in more ways than one.